Hey y'all, I'm Gray the TF2 Weapon Ideas guy, and I'm talking about demo knighting with a grenade launcher. That is something I call demi-knighting, and I'll be referring to it as such throughout this guide, just that preface. Tough Break update brought a bunch of changes to the demo knight in particular. We're going to walk through them and look at the implications of all these. I'm going to start with the Claymore. It was changed to no longer confer a passive buff, so it was the only sword that did that. So you didn't even need to pull it out and use it to get its full usage. And now it's kind of generic, honestly. It's just a sword. Big deal. And that passive ability was really core to the demi-knighting dynamic, because you could use it very nicely, and it was able to be of use without even pulling out your sword and dealing damage. And a lot of shield changes also occurred. Charge and Targe. This one had its resistances lowered, so it's kind of discouraging use of it for the shielding mechanic and encouraging use of it for the charge mechanic. Meanwhile, all the global changes to shields encouraged more use of the shield bash to deal actual damage. And then we have Splendid Screen. It's no longer the demo knighting weapon. It is now, all of the shields can work pretty well for demo knighting in general. So it's no longer the shield that you use if you want to demo knight. Persian Persuader, big one. All of its stats besides the random crits thing got changed in the Tough Break update, making it the first weapon to be removed entirely from TF2. What happens with it is its buffs are no longer passive, as with the Claymore. You can no longer use it just to use those bonuses. It's now extremely, extremely dysfunctional to use it with any kind of ammo weapon, because it just destroys your clip or reserve so much that almost nothing is viable with it. So it's now basically angled towards pure demo knighting, where you're going to pull out a sword, use it. Not to mention, all these global sword changes with the draw speed mean you have to commit to a charge before you do it. You can't just pull out your weapon mid-charge and still get your kill. You need to commit to your charges. That's a little tweak that I thought was important. And this kind of looks contrary to Valve's original purpose behind the demo knight. When they first implemented the Charge and Targe in the Islander, there was no grenade launcher replacement, so demi-knighting was all you could do if you wanted to do that. And then the booties in the Uber update came along, and they made the entire subclass a little more viable, more of a separate entity from the demo man in itself. The Persian Persuader in particular was designed to encourage that, though not as much as its current iteration. So I guess Valve changed their mind. They are making demi-knight much less viable and seem to be drawing a deep line in the sand between demo knight and demo man. Before we end, I'm going to give you a beacon of hope, all you demi knights out there. Tag Turner. It's now inferior to the other swords in terms of your demo knighting purposes. Where it really shines is mobility, which is what demi knights would use it for a lot. And for some reason it still has the 75% charge returned on kill. It's much less effective for actual demo knighting as it used to be. What I'm thinking is this shield might be the actual demi knighting shield. Perhaps you take away the 75% charge returned on kill or something, and replace it with higher resistances, or maybe a faster weapon switch speed, so you can deploy your swords fast. That was a bit of a ramble with me about why Valve hates the demi knight so much. It's all conspiracy theories to me. See you on the other side.